What's going on, everybody? We're out here at Tribble Mill Park. We're going to give this MEGAWHEELS e-bike a ride. Let's go. So I came out here to the park today. I had high expectations, only to find out that they have drained the whole lake. They're working on the dam, so they let all the water out of the lake. This is a beautiful park. Luckily for us, they left the water in the other lake on the other side. So we're gonna go over and check out the other side. Let's go check these rocks out over here. You can see somebody placed these rocks here. These rocks were blasted out of somewhere. See that drill mark? Maybe they took them out when they were constructing this reservoir. This is what we get. The lake is temporarily closed. No fishing or boating access. Hey, don't say nothing about e-bikes. Ooh, almost took out the camera. Yeah, it might be a little hard to go boating in at the moment. A good time to check the lake bed out and see if you find any artifacts or anything. All right, this is the MEGAWHEELS e-bike. I can't remember the peak power at the moment, but I will put that on the screen right here. This is kind of a smaller sized e-bike. This thing would be really great for teens that are trying to get into e-biking. It's got just the right amount of power, but believe it or not, this bike is perfectly fine for carrying an adult because I'm 215 pounds, 6 foot tall, and this thing is pretty great to ride around. Let's do a little power check going up this hill here. Pretty steep hill, as you can see. Let's do power only, see if we can make it up here with this e-bike. No pedaling. There we go. Accelerating us up. It doesn't have mega power, but it does have MEGAWHEELS. 20 by 4-inch fat tires. Once you get out here on the level, it accelerates pretty well. Yeah, this bike has plenty of power for street riding. No issue about that. I like to ride it around pedal assist 3. It just feels right. Runs you about 16. Actually, pedal assist 3 takes you up to about 20. I think you get 24 or so, 24, 25 on pedal assist 4. And you get top speed, which is going to be around 28. You're going to get that on pedal assist 5. See, still got some water over here. Let's see what pedal assist 1 cruises at. About 10 miles an hour. Nice leisurely cruising speed. It's a nice little trail here. Look at the shepherd puppy. Got his little stick. I don't know what the speed limit is on this trail, but Got a feeling people wouldn't be too happy about me going 28 miles an hour down here. Especially since the sign said no motor vehicles. But technically this is a bicycle. Brakes are a little loud on this thing. The Wuxing brakes. Wuxing brand brakes. They stop you though. Oh yeah, they definitely stop you. Just got a little bit of squeal to them. No swimming. Pretty lake. I don't know if we can take this trail around here or if we need to get back out there on the paved road. I got one problem today. I didn't bring a backpack and I got way too much stuff in my pockets. Not a whole lot I can do about that because I'm not giving up my stuff. One thing that'll help me with my full pockets is if I don't pedal. So probably for the rest of this ride, I'm gonna use this juice we got going on here. Pretty nice. Rolling pretty quiet for a geared hub motor. Sneaking up on a turtle here. Look at the little turtles hanging out. So if 10 miles an hour is too fast for you, you can actually put this on pedal assist 0. Well, as soon as I started the filming, the crows started crowing. So here's a look at the little MEGAWHEELS e-bike, if you're not familiar with this bike. It's got the 500 watt nominal, I believe it's 1500 watt peak motor in the back. We'll post it up on the screen again. Got the 15.6 amp hour battery. Got 160 millimeter mechanical disc brakes. You do get a leather seat. And I've always liked this about it. It has this power button on the back. That's very appropriate for an e-bike. You get plastic fenders front and rear. You get 5 levels of pedal assist. You get your 7-speed Shimano shifter. These are the Wuxing brand mechanical brakes. You can adjust them up here and down at the calibers. Your handlebars, you don't get a whole lot of adjustment, but you can rotate the bars a little bit. It gets you about a half an inch to an inch of adjustment at the most. That's what your headlight looks like. It's a good looking bike, I'll tell you that. For a smaller sized e-bike, this thing has a nice frame. Definitely an attractive bike. This is going to be an appealing bike to a lot of young people. But you know what? Even for an older adult, this is a cool looking little e-bike right here. I don't mind riding it around at all. All right, let's roll. Let's roll out of here. One more thing I forgot to mention here on the ride is this does have the dual crown fork suspension in the front. Very basic, no adjustments on the top. And it is a hardtail in the rear, but you do got your 20x4 inch fat tires to take up the bumps. Got your kickstand, and you do got a horn here for disturbing the peace. All right, let's roll. It's a nice little bit of flowing water there, flowing over that rock. That's pretty. Got a nice little bit of drop there, elevation change. Pretty clean water too. Wow. All right, let's see if we can get up some of these hills here and get a little speed. Just putting in a little pedal assist. I don't feel like standing up. Taking these bumps a little slow without having a suspension in the rear. I didn't plan on taking this path at all. I was going to ride the road out there. But this looks more fun. I think lake views are more fun. This is a lot of tree roots though. If you ever rode on the tree roots, you know it is no fun. These big fat tires though, they're taking us right over these tree roots. If I had to guess, this whole lake's probably got a trail system around it. We'll see how many of these tree roots I could take before I get tired of it. I don't know, it's just such a nice relaxing day out here. I feel like I'm kind of the one disturbing the peace. There's some water flowing here. Wash our tires. But this e-bike's quiet. It's got the typical geared hub motor sounds, but I find this one to be a little bit quieter than some of the others. And we got some geese trying to sneak off back to Canada. There's some of those cattails out there. I used to play with those when I was a kid. If you ride your bike with those things, break them up a little bit and ride around with your bike, they will disperse all those seeds behind you. It looks like you got a cloud coming off your bike. I probably could have aired down the tires a little bit for this ride. I was planning to go for a bit of range on this bike, but once I found out the whole big old lake has been drained, that's no fun to ride around. Here's your little MEGAWHEELS bike out here looking good. This is a real budget bike, budget-friendly bike. I've already said I highly recommend this bike based on the price and what you get for the price. It's not going to have a super long range because it's a single battery bike and it's 15 amp hours. And if you're running around pushing 1500 watts peak, you're going to go through that battery pretty quick. But if you're riding the way I am today, pedal assist 1, 2, 3, putzing around, having fun out here on this trail. I haven't even touched the battery yet, more or less. Haven't lost a bar. So I do like that double walled chain ring that they got that keeps your chain on. When you hit the bumps, your chain ain't flying off. So that's a plus. Yeah, this is a nice bike for the budget price. I think this bike's only about $600 usually. You know, prices fluctuate up and down. That's a pretty dang good deal for a fat tired e-bike. Disc brakes, got the juice, all that. And this is definitely a good gift for some kids or something, some young people. So although it is a little bit tall to throw your leg over that, the way they've designed that frame like that, it's probably best to throw your leg over the seat. But I can't do that with my camera on there. So I'm having to hump my leg all the way up here. I'm gonna ride this trail up a little bit. I like the smoothness of it. It's a little bit more flowy. And we'll see where it goes. Maybe we'll have to come back. This trail don't seem to have any real direction to it, so we're not really gonna get lost though, because over to our right side is the road. Over to our left side is a big old lake, so you could upgrade these could upgrade these Wuxing mechanical disc brakes to some hydraulic brakes. I split the I split the difference on that tree. Front tire went right, back tire went left. Is it drop or is it ah? We got the drop. Drop. Why they got an Air Canada plane? That ain't right. Oh yeah. Okay, there's the. I think that's the drop. Yeah. Oh shit. This ain't no mountain bike, so I'm gonna be keeping the speed down here. This is a pretty fun little drop though. Somebody else has an e-bike. And he's wearing a jacket that looks like an astronaut suit. Cool, bro. You can hear me coming with the brakes. Let's go catch up with the Moon Man. Yeah, this bike will rip. Pedalist is 5. This thing will let you rip. I ain't ripping on no tree roots. This Insta360 can go through some battery, man. Can go through some battery. There's always some nice flowing water to be seen. And it's one of my favorite things to see. And I love when it's flowing on rock like this. Man, look at that quartz vein there. Georgia does have a lot of gold, but I do believe the known gold band is a little bit farther to the northwest from here. Just a couple counties up though. I don't know if they fully explored everything, but they probably did. This is granite here. All right, I see where the other guy went. And that's the way I'm gonna go too. Check out those e-bike tracks. How's it going?
Hey,
I guess that's the way to go. I seen the other guy's tire tracks, so was the guy ahead of me.
yeah, rock should not be that slippery, brother.
No, that granite seems to be pretty good to step on.
Okay. Have a good one.
You too. I hope that guy knows the way and didn't take my word for it. Hope I didn't just send him on a wild goose hunt down that trail. Look at those ferns. That's pretty cool. Fern Gully, man. That's one movie they haven't remade yet. Fern Gully. It'll be coming soon, I'm sure. Once they watch my video and they get reminded. It's pretty neat coming through here. Man, I like this place. The trails are like extensive. Just gonna go this way a little bit and then turn around. Whoa. Kind of curious about all these trails out here, because I'm gonna be back maybe with a little bit more trail ready bike with the rear suspension. Ooh, this trail is nice, man. All right, this is a nice trail. I'm not gonna go too far. I'm gonna turn around and head back the other way. Although we got plenty of range, I haven't even touched the battery yet. Still sitting at full, man. All right, this looks like a good spot to turn around. This bike has a little bit longer seat, but I'm tending to find myself pulling up a little closer to the front, probably just so I can maintain control on these trails. We're gonna ford the creek. I'm just gonna go straight on. Use my better judgment. Wasn't hard at all. Powered on over it. So now we're on the other side. Trail goes left and right again. I want to make this left. You see that little bit of power that stayed on? I was trying to coast down a little bit, and the power stays on for just a half a second or so. And in the wrong situation, that can get you messed up. So what you got to do is quickly grab the brake levers, because that cuts the power instantly. And that's exactly what I did. So there was no issue. But something you got to know about certain e-bikes. Some of them just let the power ride on for just a little half a second after you let off. Not all of them, but some of them do that. Another bike for you that's not meant to be a mountain bike, and we're out here doing mountain bike stuff. So I realize it's only the front brake making the noise. When I hit the back brake, I get nothing. So the front brake is the squeaky one. But it also feels like the stronger brake. But I can ride this back brake, I can see, without making a lot of noise. Disturb the piece a little bit less. Number one reason that I recommend getting an e-bike, whatever kind of e-bike, whatever one you want, number one reason I'm finding out is it's gotten me outdoors a lot more, getting to see some places I've never been before, getting to do some things I haven't done before. So everybody's always looking at, how fast does it go, man? How fast does it go? I understand that being a key metric in your e-bike choice, but you got to understand in the real world riding, what it comes down to is how enjoyable it is to ride it. And if speed is your number one key factor for enjoyment, you better get you a fast bike. There's some wildlife up here, some swans. I'm gonna try to roll up to them, see how excited they get. Why do they look happy that I'm coming? Actually, I think it's a couple bros trying to get on one hoe. That's exactly what's going on. Yeah, I see y'all. See what y'all up to over there. Doing springtime activities. Discovery Channel up in here. Dude, check this out. Is that pollen? did the wind blow it up here? I think the wind blew it all up into this corner, and now it's flowing back out since the wind let off a little bit. As the wind dies down, the pollen's going out, but then the wind's probably blowing it right back up here into this corner. That's your Georgia pollen for you, everybody, if you haven't seen that before. Springtime, more springtime activities. I got to get us over there as close as possible. Just got to. We're going to ford the creek here. I'm curious now if I can ride up this rock. Definitely going to have to get off here to give it a try. All right, first of all, let's enjoy the spot we have made it to, at least. Got the water flowing down to the lake. Nice flat, I don't know what you call this. It's definitely a cascade or a small waterfall. Just waiting on somebody to walk by down here before I start burning rubber up this rock. All right, let's try it. The downside here is the ground is wet, so I don't know if this bike has the torque to get me up this. Let me pedal with it. Wet, slick, and we're up. We're up. Dude, we killed it. You guys like that? We came to the top. If I had to guess, this probably goes on out through the woods, over yonder and through the woods, as they would say. Might check that out again someday. I don't have time for it today. We did really well. We'll take a quick walk down here. Give you guys a little perspective. I've always liked that mossy stuff. When I was a kid, I was out in the woods somewhere in Pennsylvania, in the Poconos. I used to like laying in the moss. There was an area that would open up to a mossy area like that. And I was chilling out there. And then one day a bear came out of there, a black bear. And he came right down the path that I had been chilling in that moss. And obviously ran in the house, told my mom. My sisters didn't believe me. They were still outside. Then my grandma went ahead and fed the bear an apple, which even at 5 years old or whatever I was, I knew you weren't supposed to be doing that. So this is a really neat geological feature right here. Up in Minnesota and Wisconsin, these circular features would tunnel down 15, 20 feet deep, and they're called potholes. I don't know if this is considered a pothole or not. Any geologists in the room can let me know. But I'm going to show you guys something real cool. This little pothole is supporting life. Take a look at who's living in there. See all those tadpoles? It's going to be your next generation of frogs right there. Wonder what kind of frogs they are. Do toads have tadpoles also? I really don't know this. The only tadpoles I used to catch when I was a kid was big old giant bullfrog tadpoles. These are much smaller. And there's a whole bunch of them. But their existence and their survival is dependent on if this water keeps flowing here. But obviously the water's been flowing here long enough for them to hatch out of their eggs. So maybe this is an ongoing stream here. So, but if that water dries up, those tadpoles are toast. But there's our MEGAWHEELS bike over there. We had a lot of fun on that little bike today, and it's about time to head on back to the Jeep. Just blows my mind how long it takes water to carve into this rock like this, into this solid rock. There's a really nice quartz vein right here. Check this one out coming across. See all that quartz? Comes all the way across here. I want to walk over here to where the main water is flowing. That water we were just looking at is not even the main stream. This is the main stream. Huh, that is really cool. Hope that comes through on the camera. It's a really green, mossy surface, and there's a small little waterfall back there. Georgia does have some really neat geology, that's for sure. This stuff's pretty slippery here. I did feel it a little bit on the bike. I tried my best to stay on the hot, dry part, because there's some algae and stuff growing in this water, so. If you like this e-bike, the link for it is going to be below the video. Get you one before they're gone. Go out and enjoy your summer. Explore like I'm doing. Have fun. I made it up here, man. This is a little budget e-bike too, and I made it all the way up here. How you gonna go down? That I don't know. Using the brakes, but I had to stay out of the water because it's slippery on where it's wet. Did you check out that little pothole over there? There's some tadpoles swimming around in there. Really? Yeah. These roots, tree roots are punishment, man. It don't matter what bike you're on. Tree roots are punishment. Sometimes it's just better to get on the bike and get the speed going. The main thing I'm trying to deal with is slapping my camera down on the ground. Otherwise, I'd have been doing a lot more riding, less crying. Got a little crazy on the bike, out on the trail, had a random adventure, had a good time. Yeah, if you're looking at this bike, this is a nice little bike to have. So go ahead and get you one if you need it. I can recommend this bike. The brakes need a little upgrading, but other than that, it's a pretty dang good bike. All right, everybody, we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching.